Let me start off, Scorpio, by saying you can rock the house. Last week, I got the most views in a week that I've ever gotten anywhere on any other at all on any other video, and it was because of you. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it blew up my channel. It completely made my day. It's the most success, like I said, that I've had. And I can't say thank you enough for all the love and support that Scorpios you're constantly giving to Born Without Boundaries, to me. All the comments that come in from you guys. I love reading your stories. I love reading the comments. I don't get to answer all of them, but I do want to say that every single comment that's made impacts me, simply because it shows me that people are interacting with the content and that it's resonating with you. And so I am beyond grateful. Thank you for the amazing turnout. It was more views than any other YouTube video that I've ever had in 1 week. And it's Scorpio. It's always Scorpio. It's 100% you guys all the time, standing up for me, sticking up for me, showing up for me, showing up for Born Without Boundaries. So I just want to say thank you so much. Now, the cards that I have in front of you, I got to say, this is a really interesting reading. You are surrounded, or maybe you're being called. If you have been finding yourself just ultimately immersing yourself in the natural world, getting more animals, maybe you just got an animal, you're getting more animals are around, you've been feeling the need to immerse yourself in the natural world, it is 100% a sign and symbol that your soul is opening up, that you are literally the coming out of whatever it was that you felt like you had to pretend to be for anybody or for any reason. This is the dawning of, in many ways, your new age. And it's the natural world and that call to it, that connection to it, maybe even rallying for it, sticking up for it, loving it, the feeling of the gentleness that happens between you and the natural space and the natural world and animals, and the wisdom that you receive from them, and the kind of calm that you receive from them, in terms of just their presence in your life, what they do for you, and in other ways, looking for things that you can do for them. This kind of need to give back, to do something for the world, to stick up for things that can't stick up for themselves, is actually a sign that you are healing and loving who you are, because as within, so without. And there's a sense of when you get into that mode of wanting to heal, or be part of the healing process, or stick up for things that are disadvantaged or less fortunate, it's the sense that you're actually you're doing that to you. You're doing that to yourself, because for you guys, life and death happen at the same time, right? There's a constant regenerative friction that's almost going on. So there's a sense of this pull toward the natural world is actually you somehow intuitively saying to yourself, I'm going back to my inner nature. I'm okay with who I am. I've healed. I'm cleansing. I'm sticking up for me. I'm listening to those intuitive aspects of myself. I'm open to, phraseology or kind of communications that I wouldn't, that maybe other people don't understand, but I understand them now. There's this acceptance of oneself that is being reflected in the connections you're making in the outer world. And that is 100% getting back to nature. If you have found yourself being called to nature, called to animals, it's because you're actually being called to your nature. Your instinctive, intuitive, your true self is now settled and happy and emerging outward. Consider this meat, this flesh that surrounds you as a cocoon, and it's actually your true self is now coming out, and it's emerging out of the cocoon, and it's just sort of like yawning and brightening and awakening, and it's just this becoming of something that is very beautiful, because ultimately you accept the beauty of it. You accept the beauty inside, and you just trust yourself 100%. It's saying to me that with this energy right now, or especially, I'm going to say this to you, up through this full moon that's coming up in your season, because we transfer over to your season this week. It happens on Thursday. On Thursday, it's the 22nd, and that's when we head on over into Scorpio season. So this is like, we're getting back into your nature. We're getting back into the place that you feel good, that you feel most comfortable. But ultimately, the beautiful aspect of what's happening for you guys now is that it's your own skin. It's not even about your season. It's about any season. It's about you feeling comfortable as who you are, returning to that essence of who you essentially are before you learned you had to be something else, or you got all this other crap engaged or involved or thrown at you. It's also a sense of psychically clearing up and healing yourself. In order to do that, you've nurtured yourself maybe through nature, through engaging in other things, being concerned outside of yourself, healing aspects inside of yourself by loving outside of yourself, and just like getting that love valve flowing, that it's not about what are you giving to me. It's like, how are we connected? How are we working together? How do I nurture and nourish? And so things therefore nurture and nourish me, and they heal me. You have been going through this cleansing, and ultimately this is the culmination where you kind of emerge on the other side, Scorpio. But I have to say this is essentially, little caveat to the Scorpio nature is that you are extremely intuitive creatures, but ultimately lots of low vibrational Scorpios, whatever you want to call them. All of us can be like off balance at times. It's not a that's like 100%. 100% of us can be the shitty versions of ourselves at one time or another. But ultimately what I'm saying is, when we are really hurt, when we are really stressed, when we are really strained, when we are really scared and we've been really abused, there can be so many things that we project outward that we think, oh, I know it, intuitively, I know it. But really what they really were projections of our own pain, suffering, and hurt. And that's all we really know. And we would have projected that onto other things or something else. And this is the deep healing that's going on right now, is getting real with yourself, understanding like that bright, that moon coming out between the two moons. The new moon, helping you dig inside and see those aspects of yourself that you hated, what you hated about you, that you were projecting onto others as your intuition. It's loving yourself enough to see that mistake and realize, oh my God, I've just been saved. My life has just been saved, because now I know and I see the nature of my deconstructive nature, and I can grab a hold of it now. I can understand, maybe I've been projecting issues, fears, worries, abuse that I've experienced onto other things, other situations, when they either weren't really there, or ultimately it didn't matter if they were there. What really mattered was I actually needed to deal with that stuff that was inside of me, but I hated myself too much to actually fucking help myself. And now you have that reckoning, that realization of, I love who I am. Getting back to your nature, getting back to that inner strength, maybe by hanging around. And that's what I'm saying. If you have been called to nature, and you've been called to, especially animals, you're being called to an atmosphere where you're not going to be judged, where nobody is judging you, where you can just fall to a mess, fall to shit, be imperfect and be accepted. In other words, you're being drawn to unconditional love so that you can experience unconditional love, to heal the lack of unconditional love that you experienced at some point in your life. Where there was once pain, sorrow, and suffering, it's being replaced by triumph, victory, and joy. Joy. full-blown joy. We're not talking about like some stupid orgasm, or not that like an orgasm is a great actually example. Let's talk about orgasm a little bit. It's actually a really wonderful example of a way that you can heal yourself. It's like almost like finally not just like getting off to your worst self, but finally being able to full body ejaculate everything that you have had pent up for so long, and finally like die down to breathe again. Like that's almost that healing capacity inside of you that's going on right now. And in doing so, it opens up doors to communication that you may have thought were completely and totally dead. Communication that you thought maybe you could never have with anybody, it was never possible. But ultimately it's like, and it's not just communication, it's like you understanding suddenly, you comprehending it, it's like the fucking Da Vinci Code. It's almost like it's like all of a sudden the code makes sense to you where it didn't before. And if you've ever had those like 3D book, like 5D books where you had to like cross your eyes and look at it a certain way, and it's like, I can't get it, I don't see anything, I don't see it. And all of a sudden when you do, you're like, holy crap, there is a whole other world in front of me that I wasn't even noticing. That is this moment. And I'm telling you, it's happening between now and Halloween. And I almost fucking shook. I almost fucking shook when these cards landed on the table. First of all, these are the first cards that came out. You have Field of Dreams, which is love showering you, being showered with love, appreciation, affection. And why? It's not because all of a sudden a hole opened in the sky. It's because you opened up. And you say, I'm receptive now to this energy. That's what it was, number one. And then the second and third cards, and they fell out together. And I was like, you tell me that what you don't see as soon as I show you these cards. Masquerade and the full moon. Masquerade and the full moon. What the fuck is the masquerade and the full moon at Halloween? Halloween. So you watch for it, because ultimately there is something culminating for you guys that is this massive reconstruction of what has been deconstructed, this massive joy. Maybe for the first time in your life, being able to actually talk on it's related to this, but ultimately moving past, it's related to this, it's got to be related to this. There's some communications that are coming in that's actually going to finally help everything be over and settled and be happy again. Now that could mean that I'm ticking, because it's so much right now. It's like exactly what you needed to hear, or the conversation that you needed to have. There was a situation, could have been a relationship, whatever it was abusive, and it was extremely burdensome. Some sort of whiplashing that was constantly going on, tongue lashing that was constantly going on, accusations, not being able to communicate with each other. Accusations, hurting each other, making each other suffer, some sort of suffering, constant suffering that had become an ongoing burden that ultimately just kind of kept kind of like snowballing over itself, right? There's a communication that comes in that ends that all, that finishes it and completes it. It's done. It's this burdensome, this suffering, it's ending. There's a communication that comes in that ends this suffering. And I don't know if it's because you all of a sudden can talk to each other, or something is said that needs to be said, or you get information that you need, but there's literally a message that comes in that ends all this suffering and all this pain. And this is the card that we end up with. triumph, victory, success, happiness, abundance. What did I say? Absolute joy and brightness and light along with this full moon. There's such a balance here. There's a sense of this receptivity, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, the sun and the moon coming together and being wholesome and happy and sort of like repenting for their sins openly with each other and like owning the mistakes, but ultimately forgiving yourself as well as somebody else. And there's just sheer joy. Can I confirm for you that this means your relationship is going to be fixed? Or no, it may be that your relationship ends. Whatever I'm saying, whatever conclusion you come to, because you did the hard work and got down to your nature again of who you are, loving who you are, there's a sense of coming to the right conclusion instead of the easy conclusion or the path of least resistance conclusion. No, this is, I'm not afraid to be exactly who I am. And so the atmosphere that I'm welcoming into my life is therefore exactly what I need. Right? This is language, communication, maybe divine counterpart. It's like finally you're on the same page. Finally, you're able to speak to each other and talk to each other and be able to actually say what needs to be said in a way that the other person can receive it, and vice versa. It's like finally, it's like finally you speak each other's language, right? Finally you're seeing. You might be seeing somebody after a long period of time. It's like, traveling back to that person or finally seeing them again and being able to get together with them again. But this is absolutely something that is enduring, that is loving, that is ultimately like it's like you're coming back together with your soulmate. It's like finally the two of you found each other. And you opened up because you're hearing something that you never heard before. You're maybe finally for the first time, you hear the communication, so you have the strength to reach out for them and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying about, accept responsibility. It's not about that. It's about you finally hear their voice again. That's what I hear. It's that the two of you have finally reached a point where you finally hear their voice again. You finally can listen to them, listen to each other. You're in earshot range of each other for the first time in a long time. Somebody who gets you, somebody who understands you, somebody who you can be yourself around unabashedly. But this never would have happened if you didn't first find a way to be unabashedly yourself around yourself. And I'm telling you, it's been precipitated by your call to nature. If you've been finding yourself, I just need to hike, I need to be camping, I need to be water, I need to be swimming, I need to be surfing more. Maybe you're working with animals, you're sticking up for animals, you're getting back to the core of existence of people need me, people need my contribution, healing, helping. It's because you were healing yourself, and because of that healing, this communication is coming in. 100%. And tell me, I can't, guys, I fucking can't. Scorpio full moon. What's happening on Halloween? The Scorpio full fucking moon. If this is not a precious time for you, I don't know what is, but it's not going down. It's coming up. It's rising. This is about rising. Something is dawning. Something is beginning. Something is taking off. There's this energy that is completely liberating. It's time to release negative energy. All your backwash, all your craziness, all the things that you have not been able to reconcile, it's gone on that night. It's over with. Because why? Because your focus has become outside of yourself. Sagittarian energy is looking at that big, broad picture of the philosophy, becoming very philosophical, very comprehensive of the world at large and what makes people think. It's almost like you're getting this huge fucking download of the truth of something. Conclusions are within reach. You get it. It's like all of a sudden the mysteries of the universe were handed, and all of a sudden you know all the answers. It's all dawned. So in other words, I would not be surprised, Scorpio, if around this time you get this huge influx of inspiration, storytelling, art, creativity. It just starts to pour out of you. You don't even know where it's coming from. It's coming from God. It's coming from God. So let it pour out of you. If you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, write the shit down that you had in your dreams. Call whoever you're thinking about. I'm telling you, these gates on for you guys especially, between now and this full moon, the gate pathway between you and the divine is so wide open. Don't question anything. It may sound weird as fuck. It's not weird. This is literally being directly channeled to you in language that you will be able to understand. And in doing so, you'll be able to be the translator to translate for other people to understand. But you're the conduit. You are like the megaphone, right? The word, the vocalization. Check this out. A fiery climax approaches. This is Aries energy. This is a sense of it's all coming out. It's finally you get it. Finally you understand. Bam! The light fucking come. It's like, because you're ready. You're ready to be able to understand. You're ready to be able to hear this, right? This has been long overdue. I just saw 2020. Yeah. I just saw 2020 and then it moved right into 2021. So 2021 is literally, I mean, it's almost like from here on in, your life is never going to be the same. Let me get into the main reading. I know we're already at 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You know, this is a message that you need, but holy crap is all I have to say. Holy crap. I've never been so stunned at a reading before. I feel like I'm channeling your energy directly. Never has a reading before communicated so literally to me. And what is the primary theme of your reading? Is that the communication is crystal clear. Never have the cards been so fucking literal before. Listen, Spirit is leaving nothing to chance. It's that important. That's all I'm saying. They're not being cryptic anymore. In exactly the language that is your native language, like you can understand, they're speaking exactly what you need to hear. It's all of a sudden, it's ping. This whole reading has been like that. I hope every single Scorpio watches this video. I feel like I'm just hope I'm divinely guided to create the right fucking thumbnail. Ugh, I'm just saying. Oh. Okay, hold on. Stop. Let's get back here, over here. This is no more sacrifice. No more self-sacrifice. No more self-sacrifice, because ultimately all that self-sacrifice, giving all of yourself away that so somebody else could have a chance. Putting all of yourself into, oh my God, a risk. It's almost risk. This is not a solid foundation. This is risky. This is a sense of don't throw yourself away for any big, bold risk anymore. In other words, this is not going to be a risk. That's what I'm telling you. That's what the cards are saying. Whatever you're being asked to do or hand yourself over, this is not going to be a risk. It's not even going to be risky. It's going to be absolutely certain, right? And then there's overcome any obstacles. This is Taurus energy, bulldozering through. So you'll have the finances you need. You'll have the ability to get things done, the respect from other people, the certainty in your own mind to be able to conduct this energy. And people, this is festooning you with finally accolades. This is, oh my God, wait, stop. There's always enough. There's abundance. This is Piscean energy. This is emotion, an outpouring of emotion, maybe toward a Taurus. Oh my God. There's an outpouring of emotion. There could be a Taurus in your life that is handing over something to you, giving something to you, handing over a torch to you, turning something over, coming over, overcoming. There is always enough. I'm holding back a statement that I want to make, but this is almost like a sense of hold on. being chained. Oh, this could be that there was another force in your life that was overburdening you, like constantly steamrolling you and taking away your freedom, bullying you almost. That wouldn't allow you to bring your ideas to the surface because there was such an abundance of energy here. There was no room for you to actually be able to be exactly who you are. And this is the torment. This is the torture. This is the suffering and pain that it's caused you your whole life. But you're getting word that this obstacle, this person, this energy, this heartache, it's out of your way. It's taken out. This energy was really just like there was too much. There was too much, an outpouring of love and respect, like too much. This, whatever was standing in your way, is out of your way now. It wouldn't give over. In some ways, it almost like wouldn't let you contribute in any way. And this is a broken heart. This is a broken heart. This is, your broken heart. Oh my God. Oh, there is going to be a huge transition in your life. You're coming out. Everything that you once were is gone. Now, you're going to be crowned for who you are and for everything that you've staked your claim to and everything that you have talked about and discussed and everything that's been made fun of in the past. Oh, no. Now it's you. Now it's all about you. It's all about you. The new dawning, Scorpio, the new dawning. The new dawning. You're going to be crowned. Get ready for that fucking crown to be on your head. Ready for the angel messages? You can go right over to tarot right now. You know tarot is much more articulate, right? So, the way that things have been very articulate this reading, crazy shit's going to come out in tarot. But if you want it, the link is below if you want to go there right now. But please stay because I want to read these angel messages to you. I think it's something that you need to hear. Anxiety. See, maybe that's why you've been going to nature. You've been surrounding yourself with more simple things because you feel an anxiety rising inside of you. There's some sort of truth that you were privy to, that you knew was happening. I'm telling you, it's coming out now. I'm telling you, it's literally, this reading is confirming it to me. Whatever you've been anxious about, whatever you felt on the horizon, it's fucking here. Hold on. Anxiety. We surround you with the healing light of amethyst. Take a deep breath and breathe in this beautiful violet light. Feel your anxiety melting away. There is nothing to fear. There is only love and integrity. I already know that you know exactly what this is. Be flexible, but also be true to you. Stand by your beliefs and values, and others will stand by and believe in you. So those things that other people have pushed you down for, those things that other people have not listened to you before, you stand by them. You keep by them. Ultimately, Scorpio, now you're going to be valued for it. Faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once more. You've just removed any obstacles to you being yourself or to you being your full self. They're gone. The obstacles are gone. And this could be an actual 3D obstacle in your life too that's been removed, like, your boss got fired or something like that. Clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place. A gift from your guardian angel. Heart and soul. When making your decision, take into account what your heart and soul are saying. Sometimes the mind can deceive us. Choose through love, not fear. You choose things your way now, Scorpio. You don't do it by anybody else's rules. You got back to your true self. You're not afraid of who you are. You do it your way. You do it your way. And other people are finally going to be on board. Archangel Michael is here. That means that he is definitely defending you and protecting you. The path is now clear. I have removed all obstacles. How can I say this? Especially emotional obstacles. I've removed all obstacles in your way. You can move forward now with ease and confidence. You will achieve your heart's desires. Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. You can't make this shit up, Squirrel. I mean, adventure. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, try seeing it as an adventure. Explore all the possibilities. There are many more than you currently imagine. Instead of seeing things as either black or white, try to explore all the colors in between. And ultimately, I think that that's the first time you're ever going to see the rainbow. Metaphorically, of course, because you can be an extremist. But for the first time in your life, you're not at the extreme. You found that middle rainbow road. And I just saw 30-30. I'm telling you right now, you cannot make this shit up. This is divinity happening. Like meant to be shit. Wisdom. It's coming to you at the time that it was supposed to. It's this full moon. Everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. I will see you guys over in tarot.